Good evening. Welcome to Raconteurs News this evening. It's Tuesday, the 30th of November. 30th of November. We're nearly at the end of the year. Fucking hellfire. Jesus Christ. I hope you're okay. You're all having a good time. Sorry. Here we go. Hope you're all okay. Had a good time, having a good weekend. You're feeling all feeling okay. Hopefully Webby will be about a little bit later on, and I'm going to try and get. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my camera. Oh God, them people that's in makeup haven't got the shine off the top of my head. They said they were going to get shine off the top of my head. Anyway, let's say hello to some people in the chat room. Good evening to Uni Black Sister Taylor. Good evening to you, mate. I got your email of a weekend. It's just that I had a bit of a weekend that I was all there. Sorry about Friday, everybody, as well. I just thought, well, let's just say things not caught up with me, but I needed to chill a little bit. So that's why I didn't do Friday. I do apologise. I will do Friday this week, hopefully. So anyway, good evening to everyone in the chat room. Welsh Dave, who's in there. Tony's in there as well. Good evening to you, Tony. Dot, of course. Kernow is in there. Good old Cornwall, as they call it. It's called somewhere. Kernow. Good evening to you, Kernow. Dinny, already said hello to Dinny, have I? No, Dinny. Evening, Dinny. Evening, Health Freedom UK. Paul Cotty. Good evening to you, Paul. Blah blah blah. ResiTuber as well. Evening to you. I'll be popping the thing in the chat room later on. Anybody can come on and second off. Even you, Taylor. You know the rules. Let's. Anyway, we'll. What we're going to talk about? What we're going to talk about? Well, what is there to talk about apart from the moron variant, the moronic variant? I mean, where's this come from? The moronic variant. I saw this thing earlier on. Let me just have a look. I was just sat having my pre-show poo, and snooker and raconteurs news at the same time. Excellent. Oh, fucking Colin. Colin's here. He's here. Look. There you go. He sort of dominates conversation. I'll just leave him there so you can see his ear. Otherwise, he's going up at Mike. Well, I hope you're all okay. I'm going to just have a look at this thing. This is Savage Javid said this summit about this silly nonsense that they've come up with, this new thing, and now it's going to be every 3 months you're going to be going for your booster 4 times a year. Four times. You're going to be going 4 times a year. That's if you're taking it. If you're not, if you are, it's up to you. If you're not, it's up to you. This is not we do features on health, but I'm not giving health advice. I'm sorry, I'm not giving medical advice, shall we say. I'm not giving medical advice. But anybody who can see that this is just a complete and utter nonsense. And I've been thinking about it all weekend. Not particularly about this, because I don't generally tend to. When I'm not on here, I'll try not to get involved in any crap. You saw what happened with fucking round peas last week. So I'm not doing that again, getting involved with people. The round peas issue, that sort of put me off people again. Not you lot. Obviously, you turn up and you come and listen to this and watch me do this. So it's obviously not you people, but I think there's a lot of people that have issues with people. What I was hoping to do tonight was go through some of the crap that I've written down in my book, things that I wanted to talk about. I've already done that, haven't I? I'm an alternative media celebrity, get me out of here. Well, that's gone. That's disappeared. That'll tell you something about what's coming. We're not having Christmas. That's a dead cert. I mean, I'm so confident that there's not going to be. That it's going to be Christmas is going to be banned, or the whatever it were last year. I can't even remember last Christmas. I'm so convinced that I've even agreed to go to my parents for Christmas dinner. Me and my wife have agreed to go with my parents for Christmas dinner, and I've not been for many years. Well, not many, but 5 or 6 years I've not been on Christmas Day. So I've agreed to go there. That's how confident I am that it's going to all be called off, because they won't want me there, and they won't want me there. If there's if they're going to get done, they're going to get a 200 quid fine as they perceive it. So that's how confident I am that there's going to be no Christmas. And the Omicron thing, the moronic, as we'll call it moronic, because that's what it is. It is moronic, and anybody that's taken in by that, you've got to ask yourself, why am I bothering to wake these people up? Why am I bothering to try to wake these people up when they clearly do not want to be awakened? They don't want to be. You've got to be asleep. You've got to be completely asleep you've got to be completely asleep to not realize that there's something going on, something. There's just nothing. Nobody's, again, but this is probably just my reality. And I spoke about this last week. Remember, your reality is what you do every day. So if you're going on Facebook, that's your reality. If you're watching, I don't know, some idiot on Facebook, like, fucking Del Freeman, for example. I mean, he's just, Welsh Davies just put it right. Give up on him. Whatever your reality is, it's there. It'll be on Facebook. It's presented to you. If that's what you're doing, if you're spending half your time on Facebook, you just, that's going to be your reality. So if you're wondering how I can be not upbeat, because I'm not upbeat. I'm just as everybody else. This has affected me just as much as it is. Well, not probably as much, but it is affecting me like it is everybody else. And what you have to do is you have to create your own reality and make sure that you can look out a window every now and again at the snow. Oh, by the way, we had loads of snow this weekend. Lots and lots of snow this weekend. You build your reality is what is there. You're shown what they think that you want to see. In fact, you're not shown what you think that they think you want to see. They're showing you what they want you to see to put you into the sort of mood that you will, they want you to go into. Leeds United are on Prime TV free in a minute. Oh, says Conscientious Objector. Good evening to you, Conscientious Objector. I'm good at saying that. I can say that. Conscientious. Kevin Street. I went to 2 shops today and mask wearers were outnumbered by the unmasked. Problems. Probably 40-60. See, there you go. That's a good point. That is a reality. That's something that when people go out, they're going to be more emboldened to not. So there'll be people that have gone out and worn a mask today and then thought, well, nobody else is wearing one. And they're going to think, well, I'm not going to. They're going to be sick of it already. They're going to be sick of the same things that we are, that anybody's sick of. It's just that it's going to embolden them a little bit more. Embolden them. God, I haven't had a joint yet. Come on, you vax and tans. Vac and tans. Vac and tans? Black and tans, I think you're supposed to be saying there, aren't you? Now, what they call them like Rottweilers and that's their black and tan, aren't they? Dogs. Oh, can't say that. Can't say that. Conscientious Objector, is that an oxymoron? Good evening, Jason. Yeah. Yeah. They want us into the metaverse. The metaverse, see, it's a brilliant thing. For them, it's a brilliant thing. The metaverse has already been mapped out. If you remember back in the day when Pokemon Go came out and there was that hoo-ha about that and all that sort of thing. So, but now you can essentially, what you can do is you can time travel. If there's a crime committed, and this has already happened, believe me, this has already happened. But if you've got all right, black and tans with the turncoats in Ireland, Jason. Thank you very much for the history lesson there, Dinny. Sorry about that. Any black and tan people out there, or any Irish people, in fact, Irish people have feelings too. So as we know with Dinny and Sean Maguire as well, he's a very sensitive young man, and he does poetry, and poetry is like truth. And nobody likes poetry, or truth is like poetry. Yeah, the Pokemon Go thing. Remember that? People were going around their house with the camera on, videoing to see if they can find these fucking imaginary characters. Well, while they're doing that, their house is being mapped out. They've got pictures. So let's just say we've got something, and somebody wants to go back to. Just say a crime's been committed and they think it's perhaps were plotted in a house. Okay, so now you're in your house, and how can they time travel? They can time travel easily. They can augment it. I saw this film that got me thinking about this. It were quite an old film. But yeah, they could create a reality which is the inside of your house. They already know what it looks like on the inside, because if you live like we do, our next door neighbour's house is exactly the same as ours. Never applaud poetry. Never applause poetry. I don't know. It's a saying. Truth is like poetry, and nobody likes poetry. It's fucking my saying, my thingy. I saw it somewhere. Anyway, so they've already got the inside of your house. They know what your house layout is. They know what your decor is because of the photographs that you've taken in there. Or, most people have taken a photograph and posted it online at some point of the house, inside the house, even if the house has been up for sale and it's been, there's got pictures of the rooms and everything. But people have been going around and mapping the houses, and what they can do is they can then recreate that, so they can make your house and they can make it look exactly like it is. And then they know what you look like and what your characteristics are. And also, to be able to track you with heat-seeking things, if they were using fucking satellites, whatever they are, they could pinpoint where you were at that exact moment in time. And of course, they can get the audio from your Dot or your phone or your Samsung. iPhone are now doing this thing where if your phone, because a lot of people, I don't do this personally, I make sure I don't do it. My phone doesn't go anywhere near my bedroom. But many people do have the phone, they take the phone to bed. And so what this new iPhone thing, what it does is it listens out, and if it hears something, it'll sound an alarm if it hears something that it thinks that you should be woken up for. So if you're asleep, it will wake you up if it hears the sound of running water. It might think you've left the water running. So it'll wake you up to shut the window. Hang on, I've got somebody sending me massages. Okay, all right, Webber. No worries, mate. I'll just reply to Webber, because I don't know if he's in. Oh, you are listening. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So yeah, they're always recording you, and an iPhone now just said that it's just going to be on all the time. It's just going to be on all the time. How do they know when you go to bed? They don't, do they? So what do? It's recording. So what you'd be able to do then, because they've got the inside of your house, they know what your decor is most of the time. They know what's in there. They know the layout, so that they can then create your house and using the sound. Because don't forget, they've got fridges that listen to people. There's a guy in America that has been arrested because his fridge grassed him up. His fridge essentially was the one that had recorded him plotting to do something. So we've got essentially time travel. Now we've got it backwards. You can do that backwards. So there's no way, with all the predictive things as well that they're doing as well. They know the predictive programming, so they know how guys will how people will react to things. They know how you're going to react. They know, so they'll be able to see into the future. It's a sort of time travel, and it's really, if you think about it, it is really disturbing, fucking really disturbing. It does my head in. I'm what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here and talk, because there's some stuff I have written down that I haven't got to. And then I'll invite people on. I notice Paul Cotty's in the chat room. If he wants to come on, if Guinea wants to come on, Taylor wants to come on, he says. It's some weird shit when your boy Ugandan Knuckles came from. What the fucking hell? It's where your boy Ugandan Knuckles came from. Ugandan Knuckles? Well, I know Ugandan Morris. We're at Ugandan Morris on Only Fools and Horses. They used to have not a character. He was a character, but you never saw him. We call Ugandan Morris. Taz is in chat room as well. Good evening, Taz. Taz Media. Evening, comrades. Tavarish. Privyet, Tavarish. Evening, comrades. Dobry wieczór, Tavarish. Dini in there. David. Evening to you. It's done. Health Freedom UK. So, yeah, they are... This whole thing is encompassing us. There's not much we can do about its onslaught. What we've got to do is we've got to cut it off at the head. And that is going to happen. It'll happen last in this country. I promise you, in Europe, it'll end up we'll be the last to get rid of this tyrannical stuff. But hopefully then all the real estate will have been will sort of not have to be fucking knocked down, and all the infrastructure not have to be destroyed, so they can fucking build it back up again. So I remember Donkey Kong long before he had kids. I feel so old. Indeed, I feel old as well. Here's what I just read on the crapper. Somebody who was complaining, a woman was complaining that she was being nipple shamed because she didn't wear a bra. I mean, come on, who's going to complain? Who's going to complain about that? Who's going to shame somebody? Oh, nipples. You've got nipples. How can you shame somebody for having nipples? You could shame them technically, if you're a fucking piece of shit lowlife, you can shame somebody because the tits are too big or tits are too little or tits are too fucking medium sized. But it's not tits, it's the nipples. So how can you be shamed of nipples? Everybody's got them. Everybody's got nipples. Everybody. Even blokes have got nipples. Those blokes. That's probably why women want to play football, because men have got nipples. That's probably what it is. And they've got our nipples. So, I'm only kidding. I love women. I've got one downstairs. She's beautiful. I hope she doesn't hear me saying that. That's terrible. Donkey Kong has kids. Yeah, Donkey Kong does. Donkey Kong Jr. Also, yeah, I'll you see what I mean? I have to stop myself sometimes. I've seen nipples bigger than a starter button on a JCB. So have I, plenty of times. I sit next to a pair that on an evening. It's the new Puritanism. That's right. There you go. I got it right in end. Probably easier for you to write than it were for me to read, Kevin. Puritanism. Bulls are lacking in women's football. and talent as well. But we're not going to get into that. We don't want to be described as misogynists on this channel. We have many female listeners. I can think of loads off the top of my head. But I haven't seen any chat room tonight. So, apart from Annette who I think she's just found us. So there you go. We've been going 6 years. Plenty stuff to get your teeth into. And I noticed as well that we did our first show, first Raconteurs News, on January 14th. And everything that goes with Raconteurs News is just on the January 14th. This thing that I pay for with StreamYard, with it, I get donations and it pays for this StreamYard thing. That gets paid on January the 14th. Every year that's when it's due. So January 14th seems to be like this date that's particularly ingrained. So have a look, see what happens on January 14th if we get that far. They might scrap months. They might say, fuck it, you lot. You won't have your jabs. So what we're going to do is we're going to nick a month off you. And anybody who's who's got a birthday in that month is dead. Has to have the vaccine. Has to be forcibly vaccinated. Please, not April. Please, not April. Please, not April. Oh dear. Who was the last female guest on here? Do you know, that's interesting. I think it might have been, I don't know if it was Daisy. Hey, I've got nothing against interviewing females, nothing at all. I think it's I think there's just as much brain power and people that are awake on the female side than there is on the male side, So Neil Sanders, someone put, the last female. No, not quite. But it wouldn't surprise me if one day he turns up and he's calling himself Nelly Sanders, and he's telling us that. But that I didn't say that. If he asks you, I didn't say that. I like Neil. I like him. I really, genuinely do like him. Yeah. I never date women who have bigger balls or more facial hair. Paula was on a few weeks ago. Yeah, bloody hell. Thank you, So South, for putting me straight there. Yeah, Paula were on a couple of weeks ago. See, the ladies seem to be a little bit more shy and retiring. You know what I mean? They don't really want to. They're not like blokes, are they? They don't like, look at me, this, that, and other, and whatever. And they're more reserved and more. What's the word? They've got more je ne sais quoi. Whatever that is. Claims of waxed being able to emit a Bluetooth signal, perhaps through nip. I did see that about a year ago when they first came out, where people were sticking magnets to their arms as well, weren't they? And there was that guy who got a Bluetooth thing come up on a TV. I think they were doing a search on TV, and it came up with something that was. Seemed to be connecting to him as part of the vaccine. That was the story anyway. I didn't really look into it. I'm not going to give it much credence because I've not seen it for myself, and so you see, people give far too much credence to things that really they don't know. We viewers demand a transgender guest. All right then, I'll see what I can do. The Adam's apple gives it away, yeah. It does. When vaccines pick up Sky Movies and Sports, I'll think about getting it, says Tony, yeah. It's not Bluetooth, is it? It's satellite signals, that's what you want. A satellite signal and a decoder. Let me just get one of these things lit up. We'll go for that one. We'll go for column A. 200 grand to win the snooker. Did you see the 5G tech in lampposts? Yeah, I did. Webby, I did see that. Something about that. And because I watched you last night. By the way, Webby last night was on somebody else's show. This is what it's come to. You were on somebody else's show, and I was listening anyway in chat room, and I did hear you talking about that and mentioned the nosebleeds. I was going to put in chat room actually nosebleeds, but nobody would have got it because they were a pretty ordinary sort of audience. When I said, I think I posted something in chat, and they said, "Oh no, we can't be. It's not that." I can't remember what it was. It was something. Oh, that's what I said. I said Boris is basically Hitler, but without the good speeches. And somebody said, "Oh, Boris is not like Hitler." And I thought, "Fucking hell, you know, it was a throwaway comment. It don't mean no, you know, like them people that get fucking done for shit and cancelled and bollocks." Jimmy, good evening to you, Jimmy Hagan. How you doing, mate? Like I said, in second hour or a bit before that, I'll open up and anybody can come on and have a chat because we're not doing out this Tuesday. I didn't even try and get a guest on, to be honest with you. I've just been sat. I've had some legal stuff to deal with and that. So, Boris Johnson says our mate in Taylor in the United States. The United States. Ah, good. I'm glad you're well, Jimmy. We're all well. If we're here, aren't we? We're all well. We're all well. In this crazy fucking reality. I saw Mark Devlin doing this sort of thing. I think it was. Hang on, let me. He's difficult in a wheelchair, but. Can't see me, can you? Can't see me head, can you? Ooh. They were doing that yesterday. I saw a video of that, which was interesting. I like Mark. I do like him. I'm going to get him on show sometime next year. But there's some of the things. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know where his head's at. Where he's not his head, but his mind. I don't know where. I worry about him sometimes. But then again, I worry about everybody. I'm a fucking worrier. That's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. I've been. I saw AD again last week. Took him to shops, and we had a good drive about. He were helping me get my scooter out at boat and everything. So I did manage to get out last week, and we went to Parkgate and went to Quiz and stuff. So he's doing all right. He's doing okay. I'm taking him again on Friday because he ain't got his driving license back yet, but he's got his car, but he ain't got a driving license. And to be fair, we don't know when he's going to get it either. So I'm just helping him with a bit of, you know, getting himself about and stuff like that. God, let's see what I've written in my fucking book. I haven't written much in my book, actually. I did write something last night. I did think. Yeah. I mean, that's what I did last night. I thought to myself last night, do I go to the Crucible in Sheffield? Are you talking to me? Because I'm in Sheffield. No, I've never been. But I know somebody who's done. I'm not really a big snooker fan. I used to be when David Icke, ironically, when David Icke used to be presenter when we were kids. We used to wag it at school, wag school from at my mates, and we'd all sit round. A few of us sit round and watch snooker. You know, when it were on in like April time. So school would have been winding down there anyway, didn't it? Nobody did any fucking work anyway. You're a kind man, Jason. Oh, all right then. It's just doing stuff for mates, man. Yeah, but thank you. Take on the Maxwell case, Jason. I don't find it odd, but I don't find it surprising. But I find it hypocritical that it's not being shown live when I could watch that Rittenhouse trial that had nothing to do with me, but I could watch it. But this one, which obviously people over here in this country have got a huge fucking interest in what's going on there and what is going to be said in that courtroom, because, you know, one of our employees is one of the people that is up for it. Is up for, you know, is involved in some way. So I find it, I've not seen anything from the trial. I've seen a few pictures. Again, I don't understand this. They have cameras in one and then they don't in another. And I know that there's different states and I know that there's different laws and stuff, but federal law, which is what this is probably going, which is probably this is what is under, rather than a state law, then I don't see why there's any difference. I don't see why there's any difference. And it is a distraction. You're right. Sean's got it right. It's a distraction. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. Well, you know what? It's just going to keep us distracted. Keep us distracted. That's mainly what they do, isn't it? They keep us distracted. The gears a little bit, you know, they'll say, like, you know, Ghislaine Maxwell's on trial and we're supposed to believe that. We're supposed to look at drawings. Fucking Rolf Harris is probably court drawer. They've probably got him over there. Come on, can you tell you, do you? And fucking drawn little, you know, Ghislaine Maxwell in a car, in a great little car with a great big head. You know, these cartoon things. That's all we're looking at. It's cartoons. It's if you take a drawing, the drawings, no, it's like these things in newspapers and online. You've got to make sure it's that you know what you're looking at, which is why I very rarely share anything. If I share anything, if I put something on Facebook, and believe me, I've only got Facebook for this. This is the only reason I've got Facebook, because it's the rest of it is just fucking utter nonsense. I'm sick of fucking Del Irons fucking doing his fucking Walton's impressions, then saying, "Oh, look, fucking, I'm coming off of Facebook on weekend after weekend. I've got to download all my pictures and everything. I'm coming off Facebook. They're paedophiles. They're paedophiles, not their paedophiles, but they're paedophiles, as in over there paedophiles." And then next thing is he's fucking all the way, but he's back on, and then he's on and he's posting non-stop pictures of fucking stuff at dinner. How many fucking times have you got to have a photo of your entire family having your dinner? Why not just have your fucking dinner and enjoy each other? No, this is going to make a good fucking picture for Facebook. Look how good we are. Look at what I'm fucking doing here. We're the Waltons. Hey, bye, fucking grandpa. Hello, this, that, and other. Just Facebook. It's just a complete fucking waste of time. A complete waste of time. If you're on there and you're thinking that you're going to make any fucking difference to anybody, I'll tell you what. I've got Facebook. I've got 54 people watching now. 54 as we speak. We've got 54 people watching. I don't know how many people are watching on Twitter, if anybody, but it's on Twitter. I've got 52 on. It's just come down to 51 on YouTube and 2 on Facebook. So what's the point? It's not even doing any good being on there, but that's what it is. That's what I do. But yeah, and you know what? I used to be as bad as anybody else. I used to be as bad as anybody else on fucking shit like that. I used to think I was the funniest bloke in the fucking world, and everybody wanted to hear my jokes because they're funny, because they made me laugh. Fucking hell, it's not hard to make me laugh. I fucking do it all the time. It's to bring you into the meta. Yeah, the meta. Left shit book ages ago. Best move I ever made, Jimmy. I'd agree with you there. I'd agree with you. But they've got these people, and they're, don't fucking get me started on that cunt. And he does all this fucking drama on there and all. So his missus has nicked his car or took his car off him or some fucking shit, and they're having rows, and then it's over. It's definitely over, and then it's like people are fucking. He's getting what he wants underneath because everyone's going, oh no, you're such a good, Joe, you should be together and all this shit. Oh no, that's it, we're fucking done now. And then like he's like he's getting other people advice, and I'm thinking to myself, for fuck's sake, why don't you first of all have a fucking stable, solid relationship that's gonna fucking last before you have 9 kids or whatever, however many fucking kids he's got. You know what? That's not giving anybody any sort of good example. I'm talking about some bloke on Facebook. He's on my. I don't even know where he's appearing from because he's not. I didn't friend him. I think he's been on this show. Hang on, let me search across your channel. What's that one? I don't. Might have been on an Enemy Within one. That weren't me. No, it's not. It weren't. No, it's Rob Freeman. No, he's not. Thank God for that. He's not been on this fucking show. But yeah, it's just horrendous what he's doing. You know, nobody calls him out though. Nobody says. Actually, somebody does. Some people do. It was one person who said, "I thought you were on fucking." I thought you were going, and he's I've got to download this. It's so important that he downloads his accounts because he's got more than one account. These people have accounts, don't they? Because then they get banned. They go Facebook jail, a badge of honor for the unremarkable. Facebook jail. It's a fucking load of bollocks. First time I go in Facebook jail, Facebook's gone. That's it. I'm not being fucking punished by fucking or perceived to be punished by fucking Zuckerberg. Mark fucking Zuckerberg ain't gonna punish me. He's just gonna free me. That's how I'd see it. I've not been locked up. I've not been jailed by Mark Zuckerberg. I've been freed by him. That's what if the first thing. It's like YouTube. In fact, if YouTube banned this show, if they completely got rid, it don't matter to me. Yeah, that's it. I've done. I'll just finish. You know, it's not that important. It's not that important for me to carry on. It's not that important for me to, express my view. It's not that important for me to. I don't know. I might try and go on somewhere else. I don't know, but. I know there'd certainly be quite a bit of fucking time off because if they just deleted my account, who gives a fuck? People put too fucking much on this. Now he's a balloonhead, David Icke worshipper. Who's that one? Who are we talking about here? I remember some years ago getting banned from Facebook over and over. In a row, literally made a new account over 30 fucking times, and they all got banned back to back. Lol. There you go, Uni. Uni's got right. He gets banned. You see, I've been putting some statuses up that I think that they'll ban, but they just never do. Facebook, they just never fucking ban me. Fuck knows why. But yeah, it's just a complete fucking load of bollocks. It's a complete load of bollocks. Yeah, sorry. I just don't think it's important enough to get me sent in a pickle. I'd probably go on Spreaker or something, or I'd find something else just for a laugh. But to talk to you people. But if it comes out, it's not end of world, is it? If it goes, it's not fucking end of world. But people put too much in it. They see they're living their lives online already. There's something that's important to them. And in a lot of cases, it's more important than the family. It's more important than the kids. And it's more important for them to post pictures or memes or whatever they fucking call them that says, hello, oh, I love my kids more than anything. If you come anywhere near one of my kids and you'll get this, that, and other, and all these, you know, all these shit in me. These memes, they get, people do it, and they'll post that, but they're not even spending any time with the kids. Oh, shut up, I'm on Facebook posting shit about how good you are and how fucking much I love you and that. Where's Taylor's spanner? Shit, I forgot, man. I forgot, man. Sorry, I'll definitely do it for you. You'll have to remind me, Taylor. You'll have to remind me. You'll give me a spanner. Sorry. But yeah, I'll give Taylor a spanner. That's giving him a bit too much power, don't you think? I mean, do I really want to hand that sort of power over to an anti-Semite? Yeah, why not? Okay, now let's do this thing properly. Let's fucking talk about everything. Let's talk about everything. No, it's out of bounds. Let's just let's be right, but not too much. You know, I don't want to go too Jew as the someone might say. Somebody from Yorkshire might say. But yeah, this is people's lives. People live the lives are this, and fucking Facebook, and that's the lives. I sit and fucking. I prefer to watch telly at the moment. I prefer to watch telly than go on that thing. They've got us away from telly onto Facebook. And onto, you know, on Facebook and internet, and forums used to be great. If you were living back in day when, if you were alive, internet alive, back in day when it first started kicking off, internet and that, it were great. It were a great time. Forums, stuff like that. Then what happened is they came along and they said, here you go. We're going to put you in this little pen here. Everybody who's here, right here, all here on the internet. We're going to put you into this little pen, and then you won't be able to get out. People will be coming in. You can go in, but you can't get out. And that's what they've done. They've made people prisoners of their own mind. People are prisoners of their own mind and their own sense of self-importance and how much they think that other. I mean, one of the biggest things is food, innit? People used to post food. You're eating your fucking dinner, just eat it. Oh, it looks lovely, this food. It's lovely, this food. Instead of giving the place where they're eating the food, if they're perhaps not at home or whatever, they're in a restaurant, instead of giving a review on a decent website, TripAdvisor, and helping that business, no. You put your fucking picture out on Facebook, I'm going to eat this. Look at that, it's a steak. Look at that, it's a... Do unmute the adverts, Jace. Do you mute the advert? Yes, I do mute the adverts every single time. I have to. It does your head in, doesn't it? It comes on and there's, oh, I'm fucking this and my mother. I was confused when my mother said to me she didn't want a funeral. Yeah, virtue signalling. Thank you, Health Freedom UK. Virtue signal. That's what people do. Oh, I love my kids to bits. I love them. You don't need to tell me. You're fucking supposed to love your kids, aren't you? You said that's what they're there for, is to love them, to nurture and to cherish and to enjoy and make sure they grow up into good adults, good human beings. Virtue signaling, yeah, I am so good at this. Look at this. This is how it is. Oh, perfect dinner. It's a perfect session. It's all about family. It's not all about family, is it? It's all about family. Be sat down eating fucking dinner with them and turning all your fucking phones off and all that sort of shit. And we wouldn't even know. The stuff me and my missus have done, you don't even know. They'd be all over fucking, yeah, human beings. It's my fucking, it's my little thing that I say. Human beings instead of beings. I do know it's beings, Spanish chicken. You just keep watching the sky up there, down there in Bristol. You Bristolian fool. Yes, they're there. Beans. The internet is worse than TV nowadays. It is. You're right. The internet is worse than TV. You put a YouTube video on your TV, and you'll be watching it, and then like, wow, 2 minutes in, an advert comes up. It'll pop up an advert, and it'll play after ad. Unless I really, really want to watch some, as soon as the first advert comes on, I turn it off, which is why I don't have adverts on here. I might put adverts on the old back thing. Right, I tried. You know what I did? I diced with it, but I thought, that's the fucking point. There's not that many people listen to this. There's not that many people listen. My numbers aren't massive, so I'm not going to make any fucking money. What's the point? I'm just going to alienate the people that do watch and make them feel fucking wank. Ad block, does that actually work? And what about if you're watching something on your telly, your ad block is de rigueur. Oh, okay. I'll have to have a look at that ad block. Yeah, it is. It is. YouTube's back getting insane, but I think that's where I saw some other day that one of these channels that's, hi there, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe and hit that bell and nipples. Oh, I've got my vest on. Nipples, show us your nipples and all that sort of shit. One of them, and they'd done this fucking video, and it was supposed to be it's that fucking Korean thing. Squid Games, and it's supposed to be that. To take off from that, they were doing games on Squid Games, and I thought, wow, I've got a Brave browser. I have been using it more and more. Need a string less. So I'll be able to get nipples out. Buttcoin. So they got this Squid Games thing, and it had been up for about 4 hours or something like that. It had got 65 million views. And I thought to myself, fuck off. Fucking 65 million views in 4 hours. But of course, it's just fucking packed with adverts. It's just TV channels are now doing that, where they're getting these like little subsidiaries, and they're doing it on internet, and it starts out and it appears to be something that's grassroots and from the ground up, and but it's not. They're all getting sponsored by these people on the internet now, influencers they call them, don't they? Fucking influence, couldn't influence a fucking which way a fart would go. And you see, they get millions and millions of views, and people game things and game money, and they make millions of pounds. That Logan Paul and Jake Paul, millions of pounds. And I keep looking at these videos when I'm I've got like a little TV in the kitchen, so when I'm in the kitchen, perhaps doing the chores, when I sometimes have to lick the fridge clean, otherwise I don't get me food. But yeah, if I'm in there, I'll watch a few of these, and they talk about these influencers, and I don't even know, never heard of them, but they've fucking got millions of pounds and dollars or whatever. And you just think to yourself, really, you've sold your fucking soul for that. And these people that have sold the kids' soul as well. There's families that are these YouTube families that post everything that they do on YouTube, and it inevitably ends in tears. Only time Jason is in the kitchen is when he's got the munchies. Yeah, you're pretty much right there as well. Sorry, let me just I need a wet of dandelion and burdock. The best dandelion, if you're a dandelion and burdock in glass bottles mogul, so give me some dandelion and burdock, and I'll advertise your dandelion and burdock on Raconteurs News. But you have to give me some money, though. It's not fucking free to do this. Well, it is, but you know what I mean. It's shit ain't free, man. It's shit ain't free. Dino's got lots of vids now of the host doing ads. They get a vote down. Yeah. But the vote downs are gone, aren't they? Piss off, Jason. This lovely ice cold beer is amazing. Yeah. Alpine Lorry used to sell that. Oh, I fucking love it, man. That was, when I stopped drinking, I said to my missus, I've got to have Dandelion and Burdock, but it's got to be in glass bottles. I've got to have it in glass bottles. And that was just my only stipulation. I hate it when people do the sponsors garbage. You see, I don't mind that, but what I dislike, and I really take exception to, is when there's adverts on the beginning. So there's an advert that you have to watch before you start watching, and there's adverts inside, where it goes ad coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it comes on, and then they do a promotion as well. Because it says at the beginning, it says if I want to do a paid promotion on this, I have to tick something that says it's got a paid promotion in it. Now, I would have thought that would then, make it so that I couldn't monetize it, and that's how it should be. There shouldn't be. If you either go have a paid promotion or adverts on it, it's one or other. You shouldn't be allowed to have both, because it's like a double-edged sword. It's like you're paying twice. It's like a bit like subscription television, Sky Sports and things like that. They shouldn't have adverts in them, because you're paying twice. You're paying once with your subscription, and you're paying once with your attention with the adverts. That's how you pay. So you get your attention. So you're paying twice. It's again, but it's like when it comes to money and stuff like that, people are fucking such greedy bastards that it just, sometimes I watch some. In fact, last night I was watching. I found a channel, and they were doing magnet fishing. Where they get a fucking great big fuck off magnet, and they chuck it in like a pond or a canal or a lake or something like that. Yeah, television presenters are paid actors. Yeah, you're right, and it's not, don't depend on what you watch, But yeah, you've got these fucking big fuck off magnet, and he's lobbing it. We're in LA, and he's fucking lobbing it into this lake. But the thing is, it did have an advert at the beginning, and I think there were one in middle on it, and it were about 20 minutes long. But the guy was really funny. He were, I think he were a bit fruity, but he were a really funny bloke, and just like the things he was saying, the way he was saying things, it weren't so much what he was saying, it was the way he was saying things. And they'd found fucking loads of things, knives, fucking scooters, all in this lake in LA, and they were looking for a gun, which they didn't find in that, but I did see him find a gun in a different one. But I after it had finished, it went off, because I had it on my TV. It went off, and I sat there and I smiled at myself, and I thought, I really enjoyed that. It weren't like, I didn't feel like they were just greedy bastards, even though they probably were. But I enjoyed it. So I don't mind watching something if it's decent, half decent, and it's not all the way through, just trying to flog you something, which is useless shit anyway in it. Yeah, the fucking TV license as well. Do they have a TV license in Ireland? I think they do, don't they? Have a similar sort of thing for RTE. I don't think they do it anywhere else in world apart from here in Ireland. If they do it in Ireland, I don't know. Do they do it in Ireland? Anybody know? Anybody in Ireland? I know Paul Cotty. He's over there. Denny should know. He's Irish. RTE, yeah, that's it, yeah. Cheers, Denny. I thought that, yeah. But who pays a TV license? You're really behind the times, aren't you? You need to catch up. if you're still paying your TV license, you've got a serious amount of catching up to do. And this is the other thing that is difficult when you're trying your hardest to get people to wake up. You're trying to post things. You're trying to get people to wake up. You're trying to get people to read and do the research in the time that they've got, outside of trying to keep a roof above their head. And, you know, this is, again, it's a lot. You're asking a lot of somebody that's doing a lot. You understand what I mean? If you're asking them to sit and do some research and stuff at the time when they're knackered, they're coming from work and they're fucked and they've had a bath and a shit and they've had the tea. By the time they've done that, they're just about ready to go to bed. Nuki, I've not heard anything, so I've not heard from him, so I don't know how he's doing. That'll be about how many are left after the app. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I want to play something, and it's got a bit of a record in between. I'm going to play something before I get somebody on. I was going to play, because I keep talking about it. I keep talking about things in different shows, and I've spoke about when we had Ollie Damagard on, and I put him right on something. I put him right on something about 7/7. So we were talking about 7/7. I'm going to play you the thing. It's got a record in it, I think, but I'm going to skip past that. So there's a record in it. So I'm just going to have a listen to. Just going to. Yeah. I'm just going to play you this. Let me just share my screen first. Share screen. There we go. No, window. No. Entire screen. Well, that's not going to happen, is it? Yeah, well, I'll play this anyway. Window. It's not on a window. It's not like my share. I don't know what that means. Share the modal or cancel. I really should do shit. Well, see if we can get it done like this. If you want to come along anyway, this is there we go. There's the link. Dinny, anybody? Dinny, Taylor, Paul, Cotty, Webby, if you feel like it, mate. No, 9 plus you. Do you feel like you've done enough for these fucking refuse to think normies over the years? They have treated us like shit for the entire time and don't expect tea and biscuits from assassins. There you go. Nice one, Sean. Good point there. Play this done live in 1985. Listen to the words. Oh, here we come. Fucking hell, it didn't take you long, Taylor. Shitbed or what? Have you shitbed? Right, let's get him on. I'll try and sort that. I'll leave Damagard thing out.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, it's taking its time as usual. So you're listening to Raconteurs News. We're at about an hour, done an hour already. It's gone, it's flown, as Andy would say. I'm a poker man. Evening, how are you, me old mate?
Oh, what's up?
Is he talking? Because I can't hear him.
Yeah, I'm talking.
If he's talking, play this done live in 1985. Listen to the words.
I'm guessing.
Can
you guys in the chat hear me?
If I click on it, it just comes up. Get Ollie on. Yeah, listen, I'm going to. I got in touch with him and I'm going to get onto his assistant. But he's been on before. He's been on twice, actually. When I went back looking, I noticed that he's been on twice. He's talking. I can't hear you, Taylor.
You can't hear me.
I don't hear you, mate. everybody can, but me.
It's so weird.
It'll come on in a minute. It does it. It's fucking. I don't know what the fucking hell's wrong with it.
StreamYard is
getting rid of the bastard
garbage.
this year. Fucking 180 quid for this. Yeah, I know you can, but I can't. You can hear him, I can't.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
All right. I heard something happen on the StreamYard, so I think that might have been what kicked in or something. I don't know.
Right. No problem. Anyway, how are you, Taylor?
Doing all right. Just same old, same old. Got been worried about James Perloff because he's got cancer and all that. So I'm just hoping that he's getting by.
Yeah, we're all worrying about people at the moment, mate. It's unfortunately it's a sign of the times we're in, and cancer's a big part of that as well because there's so many things that can give you cancer. I mean, for the amount of people that have stopped smoking, and cancer's increased, so I think people should start smoking again. In fact, that should be the advice, because I'll wager that there's fewer smokers die than non-smokers at this point. I know that's a silly, spurious argument, but there's never been any actual studies on cancer and smoking. It's never been proven that smoking causes cancer. But yeah, we're all worried about people, worried about ourselves. What about yourself, mate? How are you bearing up down over there in your bedroom?
Just going just fine. Just dealing with the same old people that are just stubborn. You know, don't want to. They don't want to listen to anything you have to say and all that.
Do you know, I was. This is what I had last night. I thought to myself last night. I thought we probably would be better off if we just stopped telling people, you know, pointing out this art, pointing things out. I think people are digging in. The more and more you tell them that they're idiots for taking a vaccine, they're going to take more boosters. I think we should just fucking leave them and knackers to them. What does it matter?
That's what I'm thinking. Honestly, it's their choice, and they get what they deserve. If you ask me, there's nothing we can really do about it. It's you just have to just go with it. Try not to let them affect your life as much as possible, and it's not really our job to quote unquote wake people up and all
that. So it is a lot of time. I mean, it's a lot of effort for very little reward anyway.
Yeah.
Even if you do get a reward, and it's very, very rarely that you do get, you see a reward. So it's a thankless task. And I think that we should just take it upon ourselves to just say, fuck it. Let's just stop posting about these vaccine things and that. Let people work it out for themselves. If they don't, they're not going to, are they? They're never going to. If they haven't done it by now, they're never going to, unless the government says to them, oh, by the way, you know that vaccine we've been giving you, that we've called it, it's very bad for you, and you're probably going to die. They'd only believe it then, that it come out of the mouth of Boris Johnson, or what's his name, that you're Brian Clough, is it your president?
Yeah, pretty much. The dude that's the Sky News has been pretty much roasting this whole time. It's pretty amusing, actually.
Sky News Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with them, because the Sky News, it must be Murdoch owned. It seems to be the only place in Australia that's like got any free speech. So
I mean, I look at it the same way I look at Fox News and Tucker Carlson and all that. It's like, you know, they it's kind of like they want to give you some semblance of like, okay, yeah, maybe MSM will finally finally start telling some truths. They probably want their ratings back and all that. They probably want more people to check them out and be like, oh, maybe they're actually telling us some shit. And it's like, no, you've been lying to us for too many decades, guys. We don't want to watch you no more. That's just how it goes. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit there and watch Tucker Carlson just because he might be telling a couple of things that are semi-truthful. It's like, no. It's like, come back to me when Tucker Carlson or anyone else from MSM starts talking about how 9/11 was done by Israel, or how or anything like that, or how the fucking Kennedy assassination was a bunch of shit, and all that. Come back to me actually telling some real shit.
Yeah. They do that though, don't they? They do stick little bits of truth in with the crap, and then claim the fucking high ground. But they very rarely go far enough. I mean, I still haven't seen anybody talking about the vaccine and asking questions like Webby says. We've got to ask questions, and people aren't asking questions. About they don't get asked questions. Nobody's asking the question on MSN. What is going on? What really is all these people, these athletes dying? Listen, I wanted to. I know you're not into sports at all, are you?
No,
Taylor. But you are in Washington.
Washington State.
Yeah. So would the Washington football team be near you then? Because I noticed that they used to be called Washington Redskins. Oh, well, I was up watching some gridiron last night, and Washington were playing, but they were called Washington Football Team rather than Redskins. And I wondered how long that had been the situation. I don't know. Because last time I saw, they were Redskins. But obviously some woke fuckers fucking said, no, you can't say that. You can't call them that anymore. Redskins. Yeah. So...
Sounds about right. And go ahead.
What's your take on it? Is that how long's that been the situation? Do you know?
I have no idea. When I look at sports, I just see a bunch of before I found out about truth and all that kind of stuff, I just looked at it as a bunch of sweaty assholes on the television. Just
hey, fucking hell, hey, Taylor. It's not long, is it? You've only been on fucking 10 minutes and you've already brought up sweaty arseholes.
hey, it's not that bad. But it's like now I just look at it. It's like, oh, it's a bunch of Freemasons and a bunch of freaking and a bunch of shit like that. Like no, I never could stand to pay attention to any form of sports whatsoever. And and it hasn't exactly gotten any better since getting into truth and stuff like that. It's like baseball, basketball. It's like when I hear about this, like, oh, LeBron James or any of these other like big athletes, I'm 99% certain that these people are Freemasons of some kind and are most likely into the occult shit.
They're probably not into fucking all, are they? Yeah. Tony made the point here. Trevor Sinclair asked if the jabs maybe got something to do with players collapsing. He got cut off and ostracised. He ran a national radio. He ran on Talk Sport, and he said something about that, but he got cut off. They actually cut him off on the TV feed anyway, because they do it's streamed on YouTube, and they cut him off when he were asking about it. That were it. He's gone now. He's done. So
well, I mean, you could say the same thing about the whole Donald Trump thing, where he got cut off of what was it, like CNN or whatever, and he got banned off Twitter.
Yeah, banned everywhere though. Trump, isn't it? It's banned from. I think there were in my town, my city, Sheffield. We've got this mayor that's like a bit fucking crackers, and I don't mean in a good way. I mean like, I think he's a former asylum seeker. That's where we are, and he tried to stop Trump coming to Sheffield. He banned him from Sheffield when Trump were here, came to Britain. He banned him from Sheffield. He alone banned Donald Trump from Sheffield, my city, You
Wow.
know, it weren't even due to come. They weren't coming to Sheffield. They weren't coming anywhere near Sheffield. But this like gaining political points, like somebody said earlier on, virtue signaling. Oh, I hate Donald Trump. Oh, I hate Donald Trump as well. I like him because he doesn't like Donald Trump. It's fucking identity. It's identity politics. It's personality politics. It's everything but actual fucking politics. It's all personality. Look at Boris. Oh, you have to put your fucking masks on.
By the way, is it just weird, or is it just me, or is it just strange how similar Boris Johnson and Donald Trump look to each other? Like they look very similar in terms of aesthetic.
Yeah, well, I suppose so. I mean, Trump, I think's shorter, isn't he? Yeah, I think he is, isn't he? What's his face? Boris. So yeah, small man syndrome. Look, I'm no fan of Donald Trump. I were a fan of his presidency because it were more entertaining. But that was simply it's only the same as if you're watching a TV program and you're like a character that's coming that's in it that's
Watch anime, Jason.
I don't watch fucking anime now.
God damn it, man! You got.
Why would I watch anime? Eh?
It is way better than anything else you'll see on that you'll see in entertainment.
But it's all in foreign, though, isn't it?
No, you can watch it in English, and lots of other languages. Although English and Japanese are, of course, the most well viewed. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep, can hear you now. Yeah.
But yeah, you can watch multiple languages and all that.
Jimmy.
It's Jimi Hendrix.
Hi, Jason.
How you doing? How you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. I don't know whether I'll stay on. It depends on the quality of the stream. The last time it wasn't very good.
Oh, right. Well, sorry about that. But we'll try and make it better this time. Hopefully it's decent. Hopefully it'll be decent. What's on your mind, Jimmy?
No, you were just chatting away there about why we should bother our arses with people who are not already awake, and I just thought that was kind of curious because I've been in that sort of zone for some time now. It says like all I see around me at the moment now is The Walking Dead. You know, do you get that feeling, Jason, that you get kind of walking down the street and it's just like Walking Dead everywhere?
Yeah, it is. People seem to be on like a automatic mode where they're just going through paces. I were in Curry's last week. We ate it actually. I were in Curry's and I was going around on my scooter, and I just noticed that everyone just seemed to be nobody were interacting with each other. As it were, I went past some people. This bloke was stood in front of this TV, this guy that works at Curry's, and he's got this couple, and he's going through what it is, you know, what it's got. It's this, and it's that, and it's other. And as I went past, he went, it's got this, it's got that, it's HD, UHD, blah, blah, blah. And as I went past, I went, and a partridge in a pear tree, right? Festive. And it looked at me as if I'd, you know, as if I were absolutely nuts. It's just for that, like, people don't seem to know how to deal with other human beings anymore, do they? They don't seem to know how to react to them.
Well, isn't it amazing what 2 years of isolation will do to people?
Oh, yeah, it's right. And it's, The Walking Dead, people looking down at the phones, people not interacting, people are scared of each other, frightened. It's not. Go on.
Yeah, I'm just finding it hard to sort of associate with people now that I see with masks on. I says like, oh, hold on, and this is outside. You know, you if you chat with them outside and they're there and they're muzzled up, and and you're having a conversation with them, and and they can't take that fucking mask down. They just haven't, because they didn't get any information, any real information from their television sets. Well, they're still in. They're about 2 years retarded. Sorry to use that term, but I think it's okay on this channel. You know, considering what I was listening to last week, I think there was like loads of really choice banter with our American correspondent last week. That was interesting.
Hey, anytime you want to hear controversial stuff, have me on, and I'll talk about controversial stuff.
Let's talk about your hairstyle for a start.
Why do you mean my real life hairstyle or my avatars? Because
the one you revealed last week, was it you? Was it? Was it you?
I mean, I used to have my camera on all the time, but because I'm going to be honest, it doesn't look right when I'm sitting on my bed. Like look at me right here. Like, you really want me?
So it's an act of mercy, then, is it?
Yeah, basically. Even Jason has said, "Yo, it looks so unprofessional and stupid."
I never
at least Jason has a real bald head.
Proper bald head. I never said it was professional. When have I ever been professional?
It stinks to testosterone, but it's at least it's real.
Remember when I used to have my camera on all the time, and you used to and you complained, because like I was sitting on my bed and all that.
I'll tell you what it was. It was that skin-colored thing that you've got on. It
well, I don't wear that shirt anymore. It has too many holes in the sleeves, and boy, and I hate wearing shirts like that because I have this little tendency to wear my.
Well, the holes in the sleeve. That's where your hands go through.
Exactly. It's like there's like a you can chop off like the first third of it, and it would still be the same because there's too many freaking holes in it. Oh man, what have I done?
Due to child cruelty, Taylor has to keep his cam off. That's right.
Yeah, pretty much. And
I bet your duvet's as stiff as a fucking board. Fucking hell. Yeah, it is. It's sad, really, Jimmy. It's sad where we are, isn't it? And somebody's, like you said, it only took 2 years isolating us from each other, stopping us from going to pubs. It's almost as if this last 2 years
it's not just like honestly, like I'm gonna be honest. It's not like it's not just 2 years. It's been like this for many years, at least a few decades now. Ever since stuff like video games and Saturday morning cartoons and stuff became popular, it's in the internet and all that. That's really like it's like you think people. It's like you look at the people who've only had 2 years of isolation. Look at me. I've had over 20 years, and how do you think I'm feeling?
Well, I'm sure.
I can understand you leave your camera off.
Yeah. Oh dear me, fucking hell.
But yeah, I was this evening, right? I was in with my mum, Jay, right? And I hadn't seen her for about a month because I've just been on that. I can't be dealing with people mode, so I've taken a whole month out. And I was in with Mum this evening, and she was telling me about this woman who used to live here local in Edgeworthstown, and basically she died, right? That's the way it is around here. It's all around who died and who, and such. That's the usual banter between people. This local woman, anyway, and she died. And what did she die of? She died of, she had blood clots, and I think she had a bit of a stroke and some heart problems. He says, "Yeah, ma'am, I've been trying to tell you for about a year now. That's the vaccine." And she, so even after a month, right? And I had Mum well tuned in, and even a month, it's all gone out the window because probably the TV programming has kicked back in.
Yeah. It's like it's been a fucking weird experiment. People you don't know what to think of when people are talking to you. you don't. It's interaction. People seem to be completely. I mean, I've been in isolation pretty much for the last couple of years. So I'm not.
There's an
Sorry,
echo.
I'm getting an echo from you, Jimmy. Just a bit of an echo.
Oh, it can't be from me because I'm on headset here.
It is. I think it is a bit. No, all right, and
Yeah.
fair enough.
I'll turn
Yeah.
off the mic. Just hold on.
Okay, I've muted you. There we go. It stopped echoing. So I think it is your mic, Jimmy. I've just put it back on and it's echoing. It's only a little bit anyway. Is it doing it bad?
Well, unless the audio is coming back down through the headset, because sometimes, hold on, if I lower the volume on my earphones just a little bit, it might stop the vibration on the, the way it can vibrate down the, it can vibrate down the headset and into the mic, even though you might not be hearing any sound.
Yeah,
is that any better?
Let's see. Yeah, it seems to be better.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I've turned the volume down on my speaker just a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we're good to go because I'm not hearing myself back.
By the way, speaking of
what were we talking about? We were talking about the way people have. I mean, what's it like here? Do you interact with many people, Taylor?
Well, if I ever see someone wearing the panties on their face, I just say, no, I'm not talking to you. But I mostly see people wearing the nappies on their face, thinking that it's going to keep them safe, and it's like, I just try to deal with it because it's just like, well, I mean, most places around here don't even let you go inside them if you don't have the thing over your face, and so I don't even really go anywhere at this point. Not that I really did before, but but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, I feel quite fortunate that I don't really deal with many people, and when I do deal with people, it's mainly in my own home, so I feel comfortable, and I find that makes them feel a bit more comfortable. So when nurse comes around and stuff like that, I'll have a chat and a laugh with them. But when I've been out and seen and just seen people generally. I'm the sort of person who will say something to somebody. I just can't help myself. If I see something funny, I'll just say something. I just can't help myself. So, but I don't think people receive it quite as well as they used to.
Well, I mean, it's like try to talk to freaking if for anyone that has any luck with trying to wake quote unquote wake people up. I'm going to be speaking of this before I forget. I just want to say this. I'm actually starting to dislike the term waking up because that honestly, like, it sounds very much like a cult term, like a freaking, like one of those like really hardcore religious groups. Like, you have been woken up to the ways of enlightenment. Like, it's very occultish to say that.
Yeah, but it's not cultish to say fucking build back better. Or fucking.
Oh, that's definitely fucking with the fucking what's it with Klaus Schwab or whoever that motherfucker is.
That's the thing. You see, people on our side of things, right? We'll look at things and we'll wonder whether that sounds good or it's or whether it sounds okay to say. And I understand what you're saying, Taylor. Because I've been through it myself, and I think to myself, well, there is no other way of saying it, but it is waking up. Wake the fuck up. That's all you can say, because that's what it is. And so, on their side, they're not as self-critical they're not like saying to themselves, well, what does Build Back Better thing, and what does it sound like? If I'm going to be spouting this, what does it? Nobody's thinking like that. They're just living their like little dream world. They're in the little dream world, and the ones that aren't in the little dream world are the ones that are scared. And so they're the ones that you'll get the opposition from, unless they're like opposition that's paid, and we know that they are paid to go online and get into arguments with conspiracy theories and waste the time. And that's what I think is the whole point of the whole thing, is it just wastes everybody's fucking time. It's a complete and utter fucking waste of time. We're not getting anywhere. We're not going to ever convince them, and they're never ever going to convince us. It's just like that. That's just the way it is, right? You'll get people that will wake up, but they are just in their sleep. I'm not talking about them. They don't count. They're not involved in anything. They're just going about the business, going through the life the way that they've been taught, the way that they've been conditioned to go through the life. So let's just forget about them for a minute, right? They are being defended, shall we say, defended by these fuckers that will come out and go, oh, conspiracy theory fucker, and they're also the ones that if anybody does go out of line, they will go and say, fucking, you're a fucking nut job, you're a thing, and throw all this shit. So I think what we do is we overthink things, and when we're thinking about, I've said it, oh, I don't like the term waking up, but that's the only thing that it is, because that's what it is.
I mean, wasn't it Hollywood that popularized that term actually? Through movies like what was that one movie? The one with the guy that was it Matrix? The one where the guy has the glasses on and he can see things that other people can't. Like if he looks at something.
They live.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, it's like I feel like that a lot of the terms that we use have actually been given to us by the Hollywood elites at them. But I guess it's like you said, it's really all we've got to work with at this point. Honestly, maybe we should try coming up with our own terms so that way we instead of conspiracy theorists, we can call ourselves conspiracy analysts or conspiracy. I don't know, something. So we don't. What?
That's you see, we're trying to get to the people that are just in the fucking dream state. Then you've got the ones that aren't in the dream state, the ones that are awake but they're afraid, and they're fucking scared, and they're scared that the status quo, they'll lose everything that they've got, that they've perceived that they've worked hard for. They don't want to do that. So they're afraid. So they're the ones that will then throw the stuff at us, because they don't want fucking the status quo to go away, because they're doing all right out of it. But they're not thinking about the poor fuckers below them on universal credit that have just had 20 quid a fucking week taken off them.
I don't think you really have to worry about waking these people up, Jay. I think what's going to happen is the media and the medical machine is about to wake people up themselves. We won't have to do that job. Did you see that? Did you see that release from the Chief Minister of the Isle of Man? His name is Alf Cannon, and he came out with a speech. That I think it must have been in the last couple of days. And he's telling his people, and this is his quote here, the greatest concern is that the virus has mutated to such an extent that our immune systems, trained by the vaccines, no longer recognize the virus and no longer trigger an immune response. Now, this is the Chief Minister of the Isle of Man. So they're about to tell the people, so you no longer have to worry about waking anybody up. And that's why I stopped a long time back. You don't have to worry about, they're going to wake them up themselves now, because they're pretty much going to realize they're in a spot of butter very, very soon. And I see with the reports that that there's going to be some AIDS type epidemic early next year. And I do believe that. I believe that with my heart and soul that there is going to be, because they have that HIV one insert. It's not like the normal HIV, it's a reverse HIV. It works the other way around than the normal HIV. But anyway, this is about to come to the public consciousness now very, very shortly, because they're not going to be able to ignore the science forever, So they're slowly telling people already that vaccines are not working. sorry, we made a mistake. Go get your booster.
I think you're putting too much faith in the masses, bro. So I'm sorry, Jimmy. Like I can't agree with you. I think you're putting too much faith in them. It doesn't matter what happens. They're not gonna like if people don't want to listen, they're not gonna figure it out. Like,
so what are you doing it for?
No,
then?
they'll listen. They'll listen. Like when the media starts telling them what's going on, they'll start listening then. You know. But until the media switches on, you know, we're okay. We're sitting nice and on the right side. You know, like we've actually taken a broader view. We're okay, and I really pity them because they don't know how to research for themselves. You know, and that's sad. You know, that's really really sad. Here in Ireland, like we used to be the island of saints and scholars, and I'm sorry, but I don't think people have the ability here to read or think for themselves anymore. Now that is sad. As bad as any virus could ever be, a population starved of the ability to research and think, it's only going to get worse. I'm siding with it. My money's on the globalists. I'm with the globalists. I think they're doing the right fucking thing. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, it's like at this point, I mean, I'll believe it when I see maybe that's when I'll believe it. I'm sorry. That's gonna be what makes me believe that.
I mean, I spent the most of my youth fucking petrified of shagging a girl, right? In case you got the fucking AIDS, right? And now everybody's going around getting fucking HIV-1 injected into themselves. I mean, excuse me. Did I get off at the wrong station or something?
Yeah. And you know, when it comes to that, wasn't it basically just like, well, I mean, don't sleep with a girl that slept with like fucking like 1,000 guys.
Yeah, but we were always told that HIV was transmissible via sex, and that's not the case at all. It was contaminated fucking vaccines. It was contaminated vaccines that caused that outbreak.
Yeah, just like with the what was it back in the 50s or 60s when they that one I forget which disease it was that was dying out, and then when the vaccines came in, it just brought it right back to the population.
Well, there was a dengue fever vaccine brought out, and then they realized things were going south because like when people like they triggered an immune response all right, but when they got exposed to the real virus, things really went fucking bad. So yeah, I think that's one thing I've learned through this pandemic. That's one thing I've learned is that the history of vaccines is really terrible. I don't know why I didn't see it before, but I can see it now.
I mean, it's pretty much what caused the Spanish America. I mean, not Spanish America. What the fuck? The quote unquote Spanish flu of 1918. Those there was a huge vaccination rollout back then, and well, everyone who got it, they pretty much got sick and all that, died.
Well, yeah, I've seen some studies on that, and it's quite compelling. Like, but I'd like to see more actual data. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see data on that, like, you know, but I've read those stories that it was caused by the vaccine or caused by masks, and I don't know if that particular outbreak was the same as what we got now. It's very possible. They've been planning this for about 100 years, or maybe a little bit longer. This epidemic, it's been in the planning for about 100 years, so. Yeah, maybe that was their first test.
Also, back then, that's when that's when not wireless radiation. That's when what was it, like radio transmitters and stuff like that? Because like radio was first started back then. So people were.
You're talking about Marconi. You're talking about Marconi.
Yeah, Marconi.
And, was that not late 1800s or 19? I can't remember.
It was around late 1800s, around the turn of the century, I believe, is when his stuff came big.
Right. So magnetic radiation. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's a lot of people believe that the Spanish flu had to do with that as well.
Really?
Yeah, because it was the first time that the human race was exposed to such to such waves, and it caused.
I don't know. I don't know. We live in a very energetic solar system, and I'm pretty sure I've got this hunch that we are exposed to every spectrum of radiation that could be measured, and I've got a feeling about that because of all the interactions in the solar system, especially the sun, and it gives off every spectrum of radiation. So I don't think there's anything new under the sun here. I'm not that worried about Wi-Fi. I'm really not. I'm not that worried about electromagnetic radiation, but I am worried about altering my genetics. I'm not so keen. I like technology. I originally thought these vaccines sounded really, really interesting, and I thought it could be, hey, maybe these guys are onto something. But when you actually research it, it looks very, very dangerous, and I don't think we should be doing experiments like this.
You got to tell that to what's his face that was on a month or two ago. What was his name again? I forgot.
I don't know.
You're talking about the one that was coming on saying that he was that he did research and he found out that the vaccine, the vaccines don't harm you and all that. What was his name?
No, I don't know. I don't know his name. I don't know anybody's name that I talk to.
Yeah, but that guy.
Yeah, right. Well, we got him now. The guy that Jason doesn't talk to.
Clive the Carl.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Clive the Carl. All right.
Yeah. The guy that was on.
You had him on recently, did you, Jay?
Yeah.
Yes, Sanders. Yeah.
Neil Sanders.
Yeah, Neil Sanders. Yes, Neil Sanders. My bad.
Fucking hellfire. There's a bit of a difference between Neil Sanders and fucking Clive de Carl. Everyone loves Clive de Carl.
Yeah, but Jimmy, what do you think about Neil Sanders and what he said that one time?
I don't even know who the fuck he is.
I guess he didn't watch that show. He basically came on and he was saying that, I've done my research and the vaccines are not as bad as people make it out to be. And, the whole reason for this COVID thing is to privatize the NHS or something like that.
That's a fairly narrow view. That's okay. He's entitled to his opinion, of course. I think he's preaching on the wrong channel, though.
Yeah, well, he got fucking hammered in chat room. I mean, seriously fucking bummed.
He probably blew the chat up, yeah?
Oh, man, Jesus Christ. So I hadn't seen it. I've not heard from him for a bit, actually. So I might have to get in touch with him, see how he is. He's a good lad. I like Neil. I've said it before. I'll say it again, and it's genuine and it's honest. I like Neil. I think he's all right. He's a good guy.
Yeah, isn't it amazing though, Jay, how we can actually have the ability to hold two different thoughts in our heads and weigh them against each other, and it doesn't matter if somebody has a different opinion. That's not the fucking problem.
No,
problem is how. Yeah, there's loads of there's loads of people out there who really believe in the science,
so-called science.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, believing in something is religion. So science needs doubt. That's how science moves on. It needs doubt. It needs people to say, hang on a minute, this may be different. Everything's theoretical. And then we're stuck at that theory and it sticks. And that's what we've got. It's a theory. But that's what they tell us happened. It's just ridiculous. How ridiculous is it? We just get told what went off, where we come from, and all that sort of shit.
I don't think they have a clue. I don't believe that 4 billion-year-old story. Never have, never will.
Wait, what story?
But science needs doubt. It needs doubt.
The big kaboom. The big kaboom.
Oh, that's garbage. No, the Big Bang garbage and evolution is that. It's all garbage.
I got him going now.
Even the guys who came up with the quote unquote theory themselves admitted that it was hogwash and that they didn't really believe in it. Like Charles Darwin with his evolution theory, he admitted, I think it was on his deathbed, that he didn't actually have hard evidence for it.
Yeah, and the human race comes from monkeys. Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, something came from nothing. Something came from nothing. Yeah. Like all the skies, like all the animals, like all the stuff we have on Earth. Oh, it's all just happened by chance. It's all just by chance. You know what? That kind of thinking.
That actually reminds me. That reminds me of one of the Ein Sof which is the out of the nothing. It came out of nothing. Ein Sof which is out of the Kabbalah. Ein Sof
Jewish ideology. It was it was fun. It was created by people like Karl Marx, and he was a mentor to Charles Darwin. All these people are together. It's all part of an agenda. It's like
Marx and Darwin together.
Yeah. And that's exactly what led to Stalin. His ideology came from atheism.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You know what he does? He does this thing, right? What he does is he sits there and he talks about something, and he'll move it directly to something that is like read today, or and he'll go down this like this is. Oh, you know what it is? Oh, and it's this 14th century thing. It was the radio was invented in the 14th century by Thistlethwaite the Great from
what?
the banks of Loch Ukai in Kent, and using only a twig, 2 leaves, and a caterpillar's chrysalis. That sort of thing. He's got it. That'll be on his thing. That's on his what's his face? His thingy. His answer machine message. Hi there, Taylor Sandusky. I'm not home right now, but whatever. Call me.
Yeah, sorry. Just it's just I feel like that people need to know that all these things are all connected to each other. It's like you can't look at these things in isolation. You can't look at 9/11 or JFK or COVID in isolation. You gotta be able to put them together in the big picture.
Buddha equals false prophet. I mean, who's? Well, we're getting somewhere now, aren't we? We're going into religion. We don't want to be going down that road, do we?
Jason, but I thought you were a prophet because you told us. Actually, I don't even know where I was going. I just brain farted.
Oh, well, at least someone's farted. Where do we go then, Jimmy?
I seen an interesting video of this chick the other day. I think it was on the Salty Cracker, and what she does for a living is this: she wakes up in the morning, she eats a couple of cans of beans, and then she goes and farts in jars and sells it to the punters for about $1,000 a bottle.
What the fuck?
Excellent.
That's my ideal job, ideal job. Fart in a couple of bottles, and there you go. That's the job done.
Hey, well, listen. When Taylor's channel takes off, he's going to be selling his underpants, signed underpants, isn't it? Big yellow white fronts with white trim.
You don't want my
washed or unwashed.
Yeah, they'll be unwashed.
Yeah, unwashed. He's going to sell them to his fans.
I hope he's charging more for the unwashed,
Yeah.
They're more lucrative.
$1,000 for the washed, $2,000 for the unwashed.
Yeah, you can, and if anybody's got any extras they want, you can always accommodate. at 50 quid a 50 quid a skid mark.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear, I don't know why we've got here. So that's what I'm going to ask you. I mean, you're down with me. I think that me and you are on the same page when it comes to what we should do. I mean, downing tools, is that really? I think that's the way forward, isn't it? It's just downing tools and just fucking it up.
Well, absolutely, Jay. You know, that's it. Because do you know what? If you're spending all your days running around trying to wake fucking people up, you get nothing done for your fucking self, right? So the logical thing to do, the Vulcan thing to do, would be to just stop and maybe go on a pilgrimage of Kulmanar or something like that, and sort of get straight with the maker, and so that you can approach this in a logical fucking fashion, you know. And the truth of the matter is, it's not even clear whether there's any such thing as a virus or not, and the jury is still out on that matter. So I think until that's solved, as far as I'm concerned, all bets are off.
Yeah, downing fucking tools off. For me, that I was thinking about it last night. I thought about it and thought we're fucking just playing into their hands by just continuing and going along and arguing and fucking just a waste of fucking time. I think it were I watching a Jordan Peterson question and answer thing one night on YouTube, and I'm sat there and he's fucking talking about climate change, you know, and he's skirting around, and I just thought to myself, this cunt's just trying to be everything to everybody. He's like acknowledging that climate change exists and then going on about how we could fucking solve it by paying people $5,000 a fucking month. It's somewhat fucking daft. And just went off onto some tangent about, and I just thought to myself, it's just a complete fucking waste of time. It's just wasted my time. If I'd watched fucking not fucking Strictly Come Fucking Dancing, but if I'd have watched something funny on internet, you know, a clip or a comedian, and spent that time doing that, I'd be in a far better fucking mood than I am than watching fucking shit where people are trying to get me on their side, and they're using fucking language that could be like so generic, it could go to anybody. And I'm just think, fuck me, what the fuck?
What you're saying then, Jay, is this basically, that you're getting inundated with fucking shit left, right, and fucking center, and what you need to do is probably, for a time, don't absorb any of that shit. I mean, we have to be so careful what we put into our heads at the moment, right? Because we don't know. We're just the fucking plebs. We're just the slaves, and we don't know the fucking grand plan, like, you know. But obviously, it's a war going on, and it's not like a fucking war that we're sort of used to, or we're even expecting. You know, we thought there might be kabooms and booms and bangs from guns, but that's not how this war is being fought. Like, it's a war over the mind and the spirit, and it's working. Like, but I think it's working to the extent that, like, only the susceptible people will fall for it anyway. What can you do for those people? You can't do anything for those people. You can't tell anybody anything about anything because they don't want to hear. You know, most people, they're fairly set in their ways. They have their ideas. That's it. They won't move. I'm the same myself. I have my fucking ideas. I won't move. I won't be shifted. Like, but I think we need to take heart because we have a community of people here. It's small, probably about a third of the global population, maybe a little bit less. Like, but you know, we're fairly solid. Like, and we think for ourselves, and we're not buying the snake oil. It's just the bottom line, and nobody's going to move us off that mark. You know, no mandates or nothing. We will form small communities, step outside. So I'm not sure we can stop it. I'm not sure there's a will.
That's another thing. But I want to reassure you, I'm not getting drowned in this. I'm just like, I'm very rarely when I'm not doing a show, if I'm watching something on YouTube at night, like tonight, I'm going to watch Under the Cosh, which is a football podcast thing. They're fucking great idiots. But one of them reminds me of me, and he's a fucking big pisshead. But they've got John Sheridan on tonight. Well, they've got John Sheridan on. It's just been released, this podcast, so I'm going to watch that later. So I'm not absorbed in all this. I generally over the weekend I'll generally switch off from everything and watch some sport. So I don't, but I couldn't. It does get to me to a certain point. So what does it do to somebody who's watching it all the time? This is what I'm saying. We need to just fucking down tools, even if it's for a fortnight. We're not going to fucking do anything, but you're not going to get that because you've got people who want to sell the fucking stuff. The colloidal silver or the whatever, the flogging. People aren't going to do that. But you see, what they're doing is they're thinking of number one, and instead of telling their fucking listeners to think of number one, they're telling them fucking love and light and fucking peace and shit like that. It just gets to me. I just think fucking down in tools. But there's so many fucking charlatans in this on the side of who pretend that they're not on fucking same side as me, because I'll listen to somebody else. I listen to Neil Sanders. I have Neil Sanders on. I like him. He's got a different opinion. We have a bit of a row about things. We shout, but it's the end. We're fine. And he'll come on again. He's been back a few times. It's just that's what I prefer, rather than this. I'm fucking this and that, and I'm so virtuous, and I'm so right about everything, and I'm so. It just don't fucking matter. That's this point I'm trying to make. Down in tools, and I just feel like it's just a complete and utter fucking waste of time. Complete and utter waste of time. And someone will say, "Oh, that's what they want you to think." That's what they want you to say. That's what they want you to feel. And yeah, it probably is how they want me to feel. But I can't fucking avoid all programming, can I? It was so much. Someone's going to get in.
Yeah, no, you're spot on, Jason. Because look, everybody's had 2 full years now to get to grips with what's really going on here, and if people haven't bothered looking at how the virus works for a start and understanding the enemy, whether there is or there isn't a virus, that's besides the point, right? If people haven't studied it, they won't know about all the different aspects and the dangers of it and how new it is, and they won't understand about informed consent and that part of a trial. And I mean, a lot of these people still don't even realize they're part of a trial, and that's the sad thing, because they're oblivious as to why they're in trouble, totally oblivious. And I do find that sad, but I try not to be too sad all the time, because look, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing I can do. I've done my best, but it's too late into the process now. And if people haven't sort of taken the necessary steps just to understand their enemy, it's time for them to go.
I'm just sad that I don't have my spanner yet.
Ah, well, you'll get a spanner. Anyway, it's a fucking wrench to you.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what they call them in America, isn't it?
Yeah.
Over that here in America.
Oh, is that what they actually call wrenches over there? Spanners?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You learn something new every day.
Man, one thing I'm sad about is I still don't have my PlayStation 5. I mean, I've been waiting for that shit for over a year, and they don't want to give it to me, man.
Who don't want to get it to you?
Oh no, it's just that they're having trouble apparently manufacturing the shit because the pandemic. The pandemic is making everything making everything stop. The convenient excuse of the pandemic. They always use that excuse for everything.
So
So,
go on, Jim.
Jason, I wanted to ask you a question about what the sentiment is of the people on in light of the news. I think it came out today, or was it yesterday, that Britons would have to be inoculated once every 3 months.
Yeah, it came out today. Yeah, Savage Javid did.
That was today, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I saw it today. In fact, it were what I were talking about. I saw when I were at Crapper, a tweet, and Savage Javid had said, "I've taken their advice," which was blah blah, and it said 3 jabs every 3 months, moving jabs intervals from 6 months to 3. So I didn't even know there were a jab interval, but now they've moved it. You know what I mean? I didn't even know there were one. And now it's fucking smaller. It's just
it's quite natural that, because what's been found over the course of this is where my research has led me, was that over course of the whole vaccine programs going way back, what happens is the efficacy of vaccines reduces. Like, so every subsequent inoculation that you get, the efficacy reduces further. So it makes sense that that's what will be happening. It seems to be happening very, very quickly. They're moving down to 3 months. These people who are jabbed are in serious trouble. They may not be able to survive without these jabs. This is a really, really interesting situation. They no longer have a natural immune system, so they're now probably dependent on the antibodies generated from the jabs, but they also have their own side effects and possible serious dangers. So they're in a really, really bad place, like these people, who have been jabbed. The way I see it is that they will probably have to stick with the program.
I think they were talking about giving him to 2 to 5 year olds as well, or giving younger a second jab to younger under 18s. I think something like that. Or somebody will put me straight. But I think there's 4 different things that they've done, and each one worse than the fucking one before. It's just horrendous what they're fucking doing.
Get the first shot, get the second shot, get the third shot, get the booster, get the 4th shot. It's like, just keep it going and going. They're making tons and tons of money, aren't they?
They are. They fucking tons of it. Oh, fucking nipple shamed. Have you ever been nipple shamed, Jimmy?
What's that?
Have you ever been nipple shamed? Nipple shamed. Nipple shamed? Has someone ever pointed out your nipples and shamed you over them?
Yeah, sorry, the audio is really bad here, Jason. I can't understand the word you're saying. Maybe it'll clear up in a bit. Carry on.
Okay. Well, I was just asking you if you've ever been nipple shamed. It's my bad. I will lean back in me thing. Yeah. Somebody's put 6 months. Fauci has already admitted it. It's just horrendous what they're trying to do. They're sticking second jabs in people that have had one. I didn't even know that they were going to be a boost. Did somebody sign up to this? Did somebody go? This is what I want. You're going to be doing this every 6 months, right? Yes. Here we go. Bah, bah, bah. No, nobody said that, did they? They just, right, once you've had it, you'll be all right. No, you're not. You're going to get COVID. You can still get COVID. What would the fucking point of that? Anybody should be asking themselves that. What the fuck would the fucking point of that? It completely fucking pointless. Completely pointless.
Yeah, but we've got a disconnect going on here, Jay, and the problem is not that people won't make the correct decision, but that they're not getting the information that they need, survival information that they need, and that's the problem. And I have to say, the blame for that falls fair and square right in the face of the media. They are the enemy, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the media. Yeah, I'll agree with you. I've always said that the media, if they go, that's it.
Yeah, they're on the front line. They're the minions, and whatever they've got on them, fucking child fuckers, pedophiles, God fuck knows what's among the cunts, and there you go. They're the front line, all with their little rainbow flags.
It's not just MSM; it's also a lot of the alt media as well. I mean, how is it the people in the alt media are still telling lies about 9/11 and still getting away with it? For example.
What sort of lies?
Without a question.
No, I'm just saying it's like, as far as the alt media goes, like, I mean, many of them are still telling the same lies about 9/11.
But they might not necessarily be lies, and they might not think that they're lies. I understand what you mean. That's the thing I was saying. I was going to say that time when I corrected Ollie Damagard, and I corrected him, and he came back on. This is what I'm going to play, but I couldn't fucking get it to work. I got him. I put him straight on something, and he went and checked it out while we played the record, and he came back and he said, "Yeah, sorry, I got that wrong, and you were right." But then I heard him on a show afterwards, and he said exactly the same thing. He said, he said it wrong again, the wrong way. So it's you don't know. I mean, as well, it's all business and crap. It's all crap. It's all business, and it's all commerce, and we're just fucking cackle, aren't we?
Yeah,
Jim.
Pretty much we are at that point. So I mean, it's like people, so we got the communism, we got the capitalism. They're exactly the same thing.
Aye. All right. Well, I think that's about it. I think we should wrap this up. The end of the show. We've done 2 hours tonight. Big thanks to everyone who's been in chat room. It's been fast in there as usual, but all well mannered. This is what I love about this. We don't have no dicks. We never get any dicks.
We need more dick.
No, we don't. We don't need more dicks.
Give some of that testosterone.
God. Wait, Jason, can I wait? Give me a spanner real quick. I'm gonna post something in the chat, and it's not gay, so don't worry about that.
You are.
I said I want to post something in the chat, so let me have a spanner.
Did he say he wants to be gay?
No, I said I'm not going to post something gay in the chat. I'm not going to.
Well, I mean, you can if you want.
I'm on StreamYard. I'm not on YouTube, so I can't give you a thing. I can't give you a spanner because I ain't got YouTube open. Otherwise, it'd be playing in background, wouldn't it? So
he's already a spanner, Jason.
I know, he's a proper spanner, isn't he?
Damn.
But yeah, listen, but do not be putting gay things about me in chat room.
No. Yeah, what the fuck?
I told you that in confidence.
I mean, that's if I'm gonna be posting gay things about anyone, it would probably be freaking. Actually, I'm not even gonna finish that sentence.
Alrighty then. Well, there you go. Listen, I'll Jim. Thanks very much for coming along, mate. It's been really well talking to you.
You too, Jay, and we should do it again sometime.
We certainly should. It's been a laugh.
Yeah, as well as that, I don't get to talk to many people. I'm out in the sticks, right? And I don't see fuck all. I see no one. So it's been great to chat. Really, really great to chat with you, man. And yourself too. I'm a Pokemon.
Yeah, I put that there because I said today I identify as a Pokemon.
Oh, right,
Brilliant.
okay. We could tell that from your picture.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, lads, it's been brilliant. Thanks very much to everyone who's been in the chat room, everyone who's listening who's not been in the chat room. We love you as well, and we'll see you on Friday. Cheers, Taylor, and thanks to Jimmy. You're
See you later, Jay.
top
Good
lads,
night.
top human beings.